There was a moment in the mid-1980s when rally cars became faster than fear. Not faster than physics, not faster than danger, faster than the human instinct to survive. For 5 short years, manufacturers built machines so violent, so explosive, that even the drivers who mastered them admitted something chilling. They were no longer fully in control. This is the story of Group B, the most spectacular, the most revolutionary, and the most dangerous era in motorsport history. To understand how rally became this extreme, you first need to understand what rally racing actually is. Unlike circuit racing, rally does not take place on closed tracks with barriers and runoff zones. It happens on public roads, mountain passes, gravel trails, snow-covered forest routes, narrow strips of tarmac carved into cliff sides. Cars run one at a time against the clock, and the spectators, they stand right there, sometimes only inches away. That proximity would become central to everything that followed. For decades, rally cars were modified versions of ordinary production vehicles. Manufacturers used competition to prove durability and toughness. There was a connection between what raced and what sat in showrooms. Then in 1982, the FIA introduced a new regulation class. It was called Group B, and it changed everything. The rules required only 200 road-legal versions of a rally car to be built. After that, engineers were given almost complete freedom. Any engine configuration, any drivetrain layout, exotic materials, aggressive aerodynamics. The governing body had essentially told manufacturers, build the fastest machine you can imagine. And they did. Audi saw the opportunity first. Their weapon was something revolutionary for performance cars at the time: 4-wheel drive. The Quattro system sent power to all 4 wheels instead of just 2. On loose gravel and snow, that meant grip where others had wheel spin. Acceleration where others struggled. The early Audi Quattro proved the concept, but as Group B evolved, so did the cars. By 1985, Audi unveiled the Sport Quattro S1E2. It looked like something from the future: box arches, massive wings, vents carved into every surface. Under the hood sat a turbocharged 5-cylinder engine producing over 500 horsepower, in a car weighing roughly 1,000 kilograms. 0 to 60 happened in under 3 seconds, on gravel, in 1985. But Audi was not alone for long. Peugeot answered with the 205 T16. Mid-engine, 4-wheel drive, compact and brutally effective. It used the silhouette of a small hatchback, but beneath the shell was a purpose-built racing machine. Lighter and more agile than the Audi, it quickly became dominant. Ford joined the fight with the RS200. Engineered with input from Formula One specialists, it featured a sophisticated 4-wheel drive system and immense turbocharged power. Then came Lancia, and with it, perhaps the most extreme creation of the era: the Delta S4. Its engineers refused to choose between turbocharging and supercharging, so they used both. The supercharger eliminated lag at low speeds. The turbocharger delivered explosive power at high RPM. The result was relentless acceleration across the entire rev range. Over 500 horsepower, in a chassis barely heavier than a modern motorcycle. By 1985, Group B had become something extraordinary. The cars were decades ahead of normal road vehicles. The drivers were treated like gladiators, and the crowds grew larger with every event. Hundreds of thousands of spectators lined the stages in Portugal, Finland, Italy, and Corsica. But they did not stand behind barriers. They stood on the road. They parted at the last possible second as cars approached at over 100 miles per hour. They reached out and touched passing machines. It looked dramatic. It looked cinematic. It was incredibly dangerous. Drivers began to complain. They could not see the road through the crowds. They knew that one small mistake could mean catastrophe. Yet the arms race continued. Manufacturers were locked in corporate warfare. Winning rallies meant selling cars. Audi transformed its global image through Quattro. Peugeot turned the 205 into a sales phenomenon. Investment increased, horsepower climbed. By the start of the 1986 season, some cars were rumored to exceed 600 horsepower in qualifying trim. The stages had not changed. The roads were still narrow, the cliffs were still unforgiving, but the speed had multiplied. In Portugal that year, chaos erupted. Crowds flooded the stages. Cars struggled to pass safely. Several spectators were injured when a vehicle lost control. Top drivers refused to continue, warning that someone would die. They were right. On May 2nd, 1986, during the Tour de Corse in Corsica, Henri Toivonen and his co-driver Sergio Cresto were leading the rally in their Lancia Delta S4. Toivonen was only 29, widely regarded as one of the most naturally gifted drivers of his generation. On a narrow mountain stage, their car left the road at high speed and plunged into a ravine. It burst into flames almost instantly. The composite materials that made the car so light also made it burn with terrifying intensity. There were no survivors. The exact cause of the crash was never fully determined. Mechanical failure, driver error, we will never know. The shock to the motorsport world was immediate. Then it became unbearable. Just weeks later, at the Rally of Portugal, a Ford RS 200 lost control and struck spectators. Multiple people were killed. In less than a month, Group B had claimed the lives of drivers and fans alike. The FIA convened an emergency meeting. Manufacturers argued for reform, better crowd control, power limits, safety improvements. But the governing body had reached a conclusion. Group B would be banned at the end of the 1986 season. No transition, no compromise. The most extreme class in rally history would end abruptly. And it did. The final events of that season felt different. Every stage carried tension, every jump felt heavier. When the curtain finally fell, it fell completely. Group A replaced it. Power was reduced, regulations tightened. Cars became closer to production models again. Rally survived, but the insanity was gone. Yet Group B never truly disappeared. Its innovations reshaped the automotive world. All-wheel drive became mainstream in performance cars. Turbocharging evolved into everyday efficiency. Advanced materials filtered into road vehicles. The technology endured. So did the legend. Today, surviving Group B cars are priceless artifacts. When one starts up at a historic event, the sound alone sends chills through the crowd. It is raw, mechanical, unfiltered. A reminder of what happens when ambition outruns restraint. Group B lasted only 5 years, but in that time, it showed both the brilliance and the danger of unchecked innovation. It proved that humans will always chase the edge, and it reminded us that sometimes the edge chases back. For a brief moment in history, rally cars were faster than fear, and the world learned exactly what that meant.